Alright guys, that's the end of day one of grid life. We've been out here, it's been somewhat of a challenging day. Had a lot of ups and downs. It's time to go eat some meatballs. A couple days ago, I flew a really long IFR cross-country flight down to Camden, South Carolina for grid life. We had a great weekend here at Grid Life with motorsport fun and music and running the live broadcast. But now it's time to get home. It's about a 5-hour trip back home in the Tiger, so let's hit the skies. So I didn't have the camera recording, but when I got switched over to Charlotte Approach after picking up my IFR, they told me to go direct Bubba, which is a waypoint way west of Charlotte's airspace to keep me out of their airspace, which I thought personally was a little bit of a bummer.
All right, I mean, they're literally adding 64 miles to my route to get around the Bravo, and it's not even the center of the Bravo. It's like they're putting me around the whole thing, which makes me kind of mad, man. Columbia Approach, Grumman 609. Any chance I can get direct to my destination?
Grumman 609, what's your on-course setting if you was to go direct now?
About 320 for 609.
320, I can't give you direct destination on that heading.
All right, 609, I'd like to cancel IFR, please.
For 619, roger, IFR cancellation, CV, so on VFR flight following?
Yes, please, for 609. Yeah, so I canceled IFR so I could dip under the Bravo on this outer ring and save 25, 30 minutes of a hour and 50-minute flight because they couldn't accommodate me going anywhere through the Charlotte Bravo at all. They could have put me at 10,000 over the top, direct Charlotte, or around it at 10,000, but apparently that's not possible. So I'm going to do the old O'Hare trick, just duck under it. So I just cleared Charlotte's shelf at 6,000. I'm climbing up to 8,500 to clear the Appalachians. And a while back there, my vibration came back. I didn't notice it when I took off. And then I got this little vibration again. And it feels abnormal. And I can't tell if it's engine related or airframe related. Like, you know, something's loose and it's bouncing like this or something. I took a really extensive pre-flight this morning because there was a lot of rain and wind when the plane was parked. So I went through everything. My engine monitor, everything looks normal there. Everything seems normal except I got this vibe. I think it may be still there just a little bit. Earlier I took off and it seemed smooth. I was like, great, it's smooth. Problem solved itself, which has never happened in the history of the universe. There it is again.
3012.
I can feel it. I just don't like anything that feels abnormal. It feels like this vibe's starting to come back. And now the vibes are back. Little vibrations coming and going. Alright, new cruising altitude 8,500, RPM's coming up. Yeah, so I'm crossing the Appalachians here and I'm getting some pretty decent little mountain wave turbulence, some updrafts. The winds are blowing pretty hard. It's about a 30-knot headwind. Boone Airport is reporting 21 to 35 knots from 310s. That's the Blue Ridge Parkway right there, which is pretty neat. Big fan of that. A lot of nice views. A lot of people don't really care about the Appalachians, but let's not beat the shit out of you. Still gotta give them a little respect. And I found the one cloud in the sky. Little vibrations coming and going. It might be completely up here. Probably like a little strip of the cowls exposed in the airflow, and it's going like this. Kind of bad right now. Actually, I can see the wingtip. So I'm about to descend out into Big Sandy, and I looked at my logbook. I thought it sounded familiar, and I've been there before. At the Cloud 9 Cafe, and if I remember right, the approach was really pretty. All right, it's gonna be bumpy. I can feel it already. It's gonna be gnarly. Gnarly. It's gonna be gnarly. That was a little gnarly one. It's gonna be gnarly. I like that.
How's it going? Well, I checked everything over, did another pre-flight, filled this thing up. Nothing wrong on the plane that I can see. I checked everything. No things seem to be flapping in the wind, so onward we go.
All right, just got lunch, hamburger and fries, cheeseburger and fries, $7 on the airport. Nice place, very friendly, would highly recommend. Beautiful approach too. Big Sandy traffic, Chroma Ticker 74619, departing runway 21, exiting the area to the north, Big Sandy. Knots, a headwind down here, 9 to 12 knots, 15 knots at 8,500, so I'm going to go to 8,500 because at least it'll be smooth and cool. I have a little worse headwind, but I'd rather have a little worse headwind to be comfortable than slightly faster overall ground speed, but get the crap beaten out of me the whole way. Alright, so I've been doing some testing and trying to figure out this vibration. I varied RPM a ton, airspeed a ton, and it doesn't seem to matter. It seems to just always be there. Airplanes.
Career track 155, flying 165, vector visual approach, runway 30.
Career track. Oh, 52 minutes to go. Alright, cruising almost full throttle, so 2,650 RPM, and the vibration's pretty much tapered off, but right now it's pretty smooth flying. I'll check that box as problem solved. Nice. That's Gull Lake there off in the distance. Real nice spot to do some sea rain. Beautifully blue. Right over the top of Grand Rapids, Charlie, like dead center on the field. So I asked if I could get down into their airspace instead of on top of their airspace.
426 traffic.
Which gave me 5,000, which is chill with me. Just don't want to slam dunk myself into Sparta. Slam dunking's when you're like real high, you need to get real low, real fast, and it becomes an issue to get rid of all that excess energy, carrying extra speed into the pattern. In some planes, like the Sea Ray, it doesn't matter. You just pull the power back and the thing slows down instantly because you're flying a barn door. But the Tiger, you pull the power back, it takes a little longer to slow down, and you can slow down the runway if you take too much energy, and it's also not good to practice. So.
Grumman 619er traffic, 11 o'clock, 1 mile northbound Skyhawk, 2,200.
Yeah, 619er has that traffic in sight.
Grumman 619er, roger, maintain visual separation. I'm trying to get you lower here momentarily. Grumman 619er with that Skyhawk traffic in sight, VFR altitude, your discretion.
619er altitude, my discretion, and we'll keep that Skyhawk in sight.
crosswind. It's like socks full out, completely crosswind. Wasn't my best, kind of slammed it, had a gust at the last minute. Overall, it was a pretty nice trip. Time to get some gas. Picked up gas, now that's really it. That's really the end of the flight. Pulled up in the hangar, gonna unload the plane and load up the Rocky and get home because it's hot tub night. Doyle! Not cool, dude! It broke on its own. Doyle! You
C-Ray.
Sam the Tiger on that wall, dude!